Loop Capital's Anthony Chukumba has a buy rating, $110 price target on the stock, and joins us now. So, Anthony, are you encouraged by what Corey Berry said about the outlook from here?
Definitely. I mean, look, this was not a great quarter by any stretch of the imagination. Anytime you have comps down 10%, earnings down pretty significantly, it's, kind of tough to, say that it was anything better than, maybe not as bad as expected. But certainly they have seen a sequential improvement in terms of top line trend in the second quarter. And I do believe that we're getting close to that bottom. And I think that we could see a rebound in 2024.
Why is that? Why is it bottoming? Because I didn't get that from Target when they talked about hard lines. It sounded like a lot of the trends were accelerating in a worse way, worsening.
I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, look, there was clearly a pandemic-driven demand pull forward in consumer electronics, right? Think about the fact that suddenly we're all working from home, teaching our kids at home, tried to find things to keep the kids from, destroying the house, right? And so that helped, whether it was notebook PC sales, whether that was video game sales, whether that was TV sales. But the thing about consumer electronics is that there is a life cycle, right? So at some point, you do have to replace those products. So a lot of those products that were purchased during the pandemic are now at the point where they're going to need to be replaced, whether that's late 2023, early 2024.
Yeah, we've talked about sort of, Anthony, what the life cycles are. I mean, certainly, like, for example, grills or things around the house, appliances. I mean, you don't need to replace those nearly as often as you might want to replace things like a laptop or some accessories, right?
Absolutely. And the thing to remember, too, and one of the reasons that I'm very bullish on Best Buy long term is that, think about how many consumer electronics you use and how often you use consumer electronics today versus 5 years ago, right? I mean, our lives are becoming more and more digitized, and Best Buy remains the sole national brick and mortar consumer electronics retailer, and that's a great place to be.
All right, Anthony, thank you. Buy Target, $110. Appreciate it. Anthony Chukumba.